Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make a very quick car walk around video. So what I have here, so this is a Porsche Panamera 4S, but this is not a new generation model. So this is a previous gen Porsche Panamera 4S. So today I'm just going to bring a very short walk around video around this car. So this being a previous generation Porsche Panamera, the design is pretty timeless in my opinion, because this body shape also carry to the new generation Porsche Panamera as well, the latest version, which is not launched not too long ago as well. And this has the aftermarket rims and the aftermarket bumpers. The original bumper doesn't look like this. And this is the Porsche projector headlights. And you have a very big brakes, 6-port calipers, dual-tone design rims. This rims design sort of reminds me of the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. It's fitted with the Pirelli P0 tire, very luxury item, very luxury tire, also very expensive. And these are the taillights. So actually Porsche makes a lot of versions of the Panamera. So this is the first version of the taillights. The second version actually has a slimmer taillights design. The new gen model has a slim taillights together with the LED light strip running across the boot. So you get a carbon fiber ducktail spoiler. So this is the original fitted spoiler, which you can automatically raise it through the buttons inside the car, which I'll show you later. So obviously this is a 4-door luxury GT sports car. You do get a sunroof, but it's not a panoramic type. So here's the rear room. So apologize for the poor lighting. Let me get myself a torchlight. So it's a 4-seater configuration. The center here has a console to put your stuff, rear aircon vents. Here are the headrests with Porsche. These are the tailored inside. It's a stitching. Okay, it's not a sticker or what, it's a real stitching. Here's the door panel, all wrapped in very high quality leather. These are the metallic door handle, very solid. This is the ashtray. This car comes fitted with a Bose sound system. So let's try sit inside the car, shall we? So here's the key fob. Very nice key fob. You get this key fob even until the 911, the most premium sports car from Porsche. So let's close the door. Very solid. Here, you get a rear aircon vents. It's mounted on a B pillar as well. So the rear passenger actually gets adequate comfort. And the seat holds me very well. And the seat bench is not flat though. The seat bench has an angle whereby you can support your thigh. Legroom is rather okay for a luxury GT sports car. I expect it to be a bit smaller because of the compact design for the interior to maximize performance. So here's the interior for the previous Porsche Panamera. Still very timeless, still got a lot of physical buttons which I really like. And that comes with a sports chrono package, so you get a clock at the top of the dashboard. So you get a Panamera name, finished in very high quality materials. This part is wrapped in leather. This is the console I'm talking about. It's covered with felt, 12-volt socket and a cigarette lighter, and this for rather shallow cup holder, but it's rubberized. This is the center console. Okay, it's a floating type. When you open it, it reveals another storage space. So it's actually a 2+2 seater. Consider the practical Porsche that you can buy aside from the Porsche Macan or the Porsche Cayenne. So let's get to the front and start the car, shall we? So I put the phone here, so let's go. Ingress and egress is rather okay because the door opening is pretty wide for a GT sports car. So the competitor of this Porsche Panamera is actually the BMW 6 Series as well as the AMG GT 63, but that's where I compare to the new generation Porsche Panamera. So here's the seat control. It's finished in very high quality material. You get a lot of adjustment here. Porsche Panamera 4S door seals. So here's the door panel, finished in gloss black material. 2 sets of memories. These are your power window. This is to pop open the boot. Window lock, and these are some storage space. You can open this to access to the storage space. And inside is covered with felt. These are your speakers. Bose premium sound system. The pedals on the Porsche Panamera is the organ type, typical German sports car, and you do get a footrest and on the left. So how to start a Porsche? So for old generation Porsche, you get this kind of type of key. Obviously, it doesn't come with a keyless go. So how you're gonna start? You put the key inside the slot right here. Then you put your foot on the brake and twist to the accessory mode. You do get a memory steering. So for Panamera, you get 5 dials. So you just twist the key to start. So this has the aftermarket exhaust, so the start sound is pretty loud. So let's close the door. Excellent soundproofing. So I'm gonna open the light for better lighting. Okay, so this is the flat bottom steering wheel. This is the previous gen Porsche family design for the steering wheel. You get the steering wheel in the 911, the Cayenne, and also the Panamera right here. So the material used in the dashboard obviously is very premium because this car is not very affordable back in the days when it was newly launched. It's more than 1 million with taxes. So all the materials are expected to be super high quality, wrapped in leather with stitching. These are the sports chrono clock. Very far from the dashboard. But when you buy Porsche, you definitely need to spec the sports chrono package because it adds the value to the Porsche. It's a must optional accessory that you should option in any of your Porsche, be it the Macan, the 911 or the Panamera. So this has the auto headlights. It's the twist type, just like any German cars. The aircon vents right here is finished in a metal finish. The electronic parking brake is mounted on the right side of the dashboard. There's your hood release. And the seats actually holds me very well because you expect people to bring this car for spiritual driving, but you still can drive this car comfortably in town as well. So it's a very dailyable Porsche model, aside from the Macan or the Porsche Cayenne. So this is a signature for the Porsche Panamera and the Cayenne as well as the 911, because in the 718 as well as the Macan, you only get 3 dials. But for higher end Porsche model, they give you 5 dial. Only this one being a digital part. Others are in analog and they are finished in very high quality white and red contrast. I pretty like it. And these are your volume button to cycle between your infotainment system. These are your pedal shifters. So you pull to downshift, you push to upshift. So this is a very early stage of the pedal shifter. And you get a cruise control right here. Alright. The meter is until 200 kilometers per hour. Of course, this car can do more because of the capability of the V8 engine. So the Panamera 4S comes with a 4.8 liter V8 naturally aspirated engine for Malaysian markets. Of course, there are a lot of engine variation in the Porsche Panamera family. There are a lot of updated version as well as facelifted version. So this is the signature cup holders. You get this in the Cayman, in the 911 as well. Okay, you can put your cup. In a very elegant manner, because as you can see, there are nothing much for you to put a cup except for this one. It's not deep enough to put very tall bottles. This 12-volt socket as an ashtray. So moving to the center console part right now. So this is the touchscreen head unit. It's very basic system. Travel time, distance, consumption speed. You can cycle between this infotainment system by pressing the shortcut buttons here. The tactile feel is really nice, and this is a very early stage GPS. Obviously now we use Google Maps and Waze, so this is not really usable in modern days, but it's still good to have it back in the days when it was new. So this is the central locking. This is a hazard light. All the buttons are finished in very high quality tactile feeling. Expected, because this car is not affordable. It's 1 million plus back in the days. You get dual zone climate for the front, fan speed and temperature, auto mode. These are different modes. Seat heater for both sides. This to raise the spoiler. This is the sport exhaust. When you press this, it will automatically opens the exhaust valve. This to turn off the auto start stop. This to turn off the traction control. This is to raise and lower your car. Sport suspension, sport plus mode, sport mode. And this is Porsche's PDK gearbox. It's proven to be reliable and pretty durable. When you put into reverse, there are no reverse camera. Rear view mirror. The lights are very elegant. You do get a sunroof, as I mentioned earlier. And the roof lining is finished in beige color. So you wouldn't feel claustrophobic, because this car is pretty low, the roof lining, because of the sleek design. To get through some visors, airbags all around, so no qualms about it. And the place I'm sitting here, you feel everything is under your control, because everything is beyond reachable in my driving position. You do not need to scratch a long way to press any buttons. So Porsche did a great job in terms of human ergonomics. This is the metal door handle. If your aircon blows it for a longer period of time, this will freeze. It will freeze my hand, I mean. Alright. Signal is on the left. So when you press this button, you can cycle between the multi-information display here. These are your tire pressure monitoring system. These are your engine bar. I think this is engine temperature. This is a battery voltage. Your radio station. And you do get a map right here. You just toggle this switch. Pretty useful in my opinion. But I still get a physical ones right here. I prefer physical analog type because it's more accurate compared to digital type. And the mileage is not very high, consider the year of this car. 78,703 kilometers. These are the fuel V8, so we expect to have higher fuel economy. I've been idling this car for quite some time, so you can see the petrol is actually dropping. So I don't want to leave the car on for a longer period of time to save some petrol. So this is the rear. Okay, so it's a 2+2 seater. It's a dailyable Porsche. Everything is high quality. Porsche badge. It gives you a brand sentiment value. It's pretty high spec, so as you can see, the buttons here are almost fully occupied. Only some blank buttons going on. So the window buttons, all window has automatic both directions. Okay, so let's check out the boot. Since I already popped open the boot, it's an electronic release, but it's not power boot. So it's like a BMW style, the Grand Coupe. The boot goes open with the glass itself. Boot space is pretty big, consider the size of this car and the segment of this car, performance oriented GT, and you have some engine oil obviously because it's an old engine, expected for German cars to have engine oil that is burned. And to get a tonneau cover right here, and to close it, just pull this, and if you're soft close, as you can see, pretty elegant. And this the spoiler will automatically pop up when you press a button. Visibility is quite okay because I expect this car to have very serious blind spot, but then the side mirrors mounted on the door, so that blind spot is clear. And special for Porsche, if you notice, there's two bulbs there. In the 911, it's actually the bulge for a headlight. So this is very good for you to navigate the route, whether you can go across it or not. So it acts as a blind spot monitoring as well. The rear visibility is rather blocked because of the C-pillar is very slanted, as well as the rear window. But it's a give and take. You want looks, you need to sacrifice a bit in terms of the practicality. But this car is good enough for daily usage. So for those who are considering a Porsche Panamera, definitely go for it, because for the things that it offers and the pretty good practicality and relatively good performance. So these are my few words regarding to this Porsche Panamera 4S. So signing off, cheers.